Hi everyone, it's Elise, and I am finally back with the update in my Beyond the Bookshelf series. I finally got into the halfway point. Well, not finally, I've been at the halfway point for a while, I just haven't filmed. Back, the book we were reading is Dan Brown's Origin. It's a very interesting book. I can see him. Let's find my bookmark. That's where I am in the book. About the halfway point. Off filming this halfway section because I wasn't quite sure of all my thoughts, and unfortunately I had a lot going on in my life, so I needed to get that figured out. I still have a lot going on, unfortunately. There's a little bit of crazy stuff going on right now, so I'm gonna try and distract myself. And my cat's in the window seat. Alright, well, I've kind of been putting off filming it just because I've been distracted, but now I want to get myself back on track and actually film the halfway point, my review, my ideas, my thoughts on the halfway point of Origin by Dan Brown. So I wrote some notes. I have this little purple notebook that I've been keeping handy, kind of writing down my ideas, what future videos I want to read, my thoughts on certain things. I think it's kind of like my bullet journal, my thought journal, but either way. So at this point, my halfway thoughts to the book are, well, to go back and review the premise of the book. The premise of the book is Robert Langdon, a professor at Harvard, is called to this extraordinary event at the Guggenheim Museum to find out what his younger counterpart, one of his former students, has discovered that could change the face of history and science and religion. And events happen, and Edmund can no longer reveal his extraordinary find, and Robert Langdon and this woman named Ambra have to figure out what is going on. I'm gonna try not to give too many spoilers in my review and everything, just because I'm not sure if any of you guys are reading it along with me, or if you kind of want to just hear my thoughts on it. But so all that, there comes a point where Edmund can't reveal his secret to the world, so Robert Langdon has to figure it out for himself so he can share it in Edmund's stead. So of course my first thought at the halfway point is, we still haven't found out what Edmund's discovery is. So what the heck is Edmund's discovery? Like, Dan Brown definitely knows how to write a compelling and multifaceted story that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like, I want to read more. I've been putting off reading more so I can give an honest halfway point review of the book. So like, I just want to know what happens. I'm excited to finish reading it. I want to film this video so I can get back to reading it. I decided that I couldn't do like a quarter of the way through. I was too hooked. I was too involved in the story to stop anywhere but at the halfway point. So I apologize if you guys were wondering what my thoughts were like a quarter of the way in. I couldn't. I was too distracted by the book. I was too into the book. So my first thought is, what the heck was Edmund's discovery? I want to finish. I want to get to reading more so I can figure out what else Ambra and Robert Langdon find out about Edmund's discovery so they can tell the world. My next thought, my next concern is the relationship between Ambra Vidal and the Prince of Spain in this novel. Without giving too much away, I know that Ambra tells Julian, Julian's the name of the Prince of Spain, the future King of Spain, is devastating. Like, she tells him something that's devastating that really impacts the way that he views their relationship, obviously. But it's devastating to, like, Julian's ideas of his future lineage. But aren't there other options? Aren't there other options for Julian to have a lineage to further along the royal family? It's like, what Ambra tells him isn't, in the long run, it's devastating initially, but it's not, it can't stop you from having a future. It won't stop you from having a family. So I want to know what it is about Ambra's remark to Julian that throws him off the deep end. It seems like this is the catalyst for what happens to him. It seems like it's the catalyst that kind of throws him off the deep end. And in reading even just the first half, you kind of find out that he's gone crazy. And I wonder if what Ambra told him is what caused him to go off the deep end, or if there's something else behind it. Julian, unfortunately, does have a lot going on outside of just his relationship with Ambra. So, I mean, there's a lot riding on his shoulders, but, like, would that really cause him to jump off the deep end in this book like it has? And then going back to, like, my first idea, it's like, what the heck is Edmund's discovery? Why is it so important? How is it so life-changing, life-altering that people would go after Edmund? I honestly have no idea what could be, like, such a discovery so great that it discredits religion in its entirety. Because that's what it seems like leading up to this point. It seems like Edmund's discovery is so detrimental that it could, like, tear apart the very ideas that we have about religion as a whole. Like, what could be so astounding and scientific that it breaks apart the bounds that hold people together in religion? Like, and that's what kind of bothers me. Like, religion's such a strong point in a lot of people's lives, and with this book, it kind of bothers me that Edmund wants to destroy that Edmund wants to break that idea for someone. What's wrong with religion? What's so bad about religion that Edmund wants to discredit it so much? What's so bad about somebody believing in a higher power, in a higher being that they can put their hope into? Hope isn't a bad thing. And it almost seems like, in my reading, that it kind of seems like a bad thing to Edmund. Like, a person needs something to keep themselves motivated along the course of their life. If that's religion, so be it. If that's science, so be it. Who is Edmund to tell other people that their belief is wrong, that their belief can be discredited, to tell them that they can't have their hope, whether his hopes in science or their hopes in religion? God. Who is Edmund to tell somebody that their belief in religion, a belief in God, a belief in a higher power is wrong, and that his belief in science is right? Like, if believing in something spiritual is what keeps them moving forward, what's so wrong with that? What bothers Edmund so much to the point that he has to tell his idea to the world to break apart religion? Like, let people believe. It's not affecting Edmund in any way other than in his mind. And it seems like Edmund's threatened by it, and that he wants to threaten other people's realities. If believing in something they can't see keeps them moving forward, what's wrong with that? It's not affecting Edmund in his life any certain way. And his idea is threatening other people's reality. So, I mean, it almost seems like Edmund's very self-centered, and he wants to show his ideas to other people, but in a way that they overpower them and discredit them entirely. So I'm hoping that's not actually what this discovery does. I'm hoping it's on another level, and that it really forces people to think about how they view religion, but not to take it away entirely. There's a point in the very beginning of the book where Edmund, before he releases his discovery, or is going to release his discovery to the world, that he meets with 3 prominent religious world leaders to kind of discuss what he's bringing to the table, so they can kind of give him feedback as the best way to present it. But that's where it all starts going haywire. That's where it all starts to seem to break apart. And the religious figures seem to get very, very nervous about what it is that Edmund's going to tell the world. So I want to find out what that is. I can't imagine what it is. I wonder if it has to do... I can't even wonder what it has to do with. Obviously, it's something very threatening to people of religious backgrounds. Julian, by the way, the Prince of Spain, he comes from a very religious family, a very religion-based family. And Ambra is very scientifically minded. She runs the Guggenheim. She's the director of the Guggenheim Museum. And she's friends with Edmund. And it seems like whatever happened between Julian and Ambra, in some sort of religious base, like, Julian feels threatened by it, and I feel like he's a major player in what happened to Edmund and stopping his discovery from leaking out to the world, from getting out to the world. So I'm gonna get back to reading. I'm gonna get further than this halfway point, and I will see you guys at the end of the book with my final thoughts, and hopefully not too many spoilers. Thank you guys for listening along. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope you guys are reading along with me, and maybe share your thoughts in the comments of what you're thinking at this point in the book, what you hope to see from the book. I hope it's a happy ending, honestly. I don't care much about romance. I don't care if there's anything in the future between Ambra and Robert. It was a thought I had in my head. But let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.